4 years have passed since the dinosaurs were released into the mainland, and humans have been forced to adapt to their presence. Recently, a fishing boat was pulled underwater by a mosasaurus after it snatched its fish-filled cage using its powerful jaws. Despite numerous deaths resulting from dinosaur-related incidents, some individuals oppose the idea of eradicating the creatures altogether. Instead, they have turned to the black market to capture and sell dinosaurs illegally. In response to the situation, the government has delegated the responsibility to a company named Biosyngenetics, headed by Louis Dodgson. The company's main objective is to study the dinosaurs for their potential use in the pharmaceutical industry, while keeping them secured in a sanctuary located in Italy's Dolomite Mountains. The media has also reported on the disappearance of Maisie Lockwood, who vanished after her true identity as a clone was revealed. Claire Deering and Zia Rodriguez take a risky decision to smuggle a baby dinosaur out of a biosyn laboratory located in Nevada. Along with Franklin Webb, they attempt to flee the scene in a van while being pursued by security guards. After successfully evading them, Franklin and Zia confess to Claire that they cannot continue with such dangerous work anymore. While they fully support Claire and her efforts, they have decided to move on to more secure jobs. In a remote location near the snowy mountains of Nevada, Owen Grady is seen riding on horseback to capture a large dinosaur. Once he finishes his task, he returns to the cabin he shares with Claire and Maisie, who he and Claire have adopted as their own daughter. Although Maisie is eager to explore and witness the dinosaurs in the area, Owen and Claire try to keep her hidden to protect her from potential danger. This often frustrates Maisie, who is also curious about her origins and particularly interested in learning more about Charlotte Lockwood, the person she was cloned from. Unbeknownst to them, a group of mercenaries led by Randy Lacourt is covertly watching their every move in the woods, with Maisie as their intended target. Near the cabin, Blue the raptor gives birth to a child through asexual reproduction, whom Maisie names Beta. Together, they hunt a rabbit, and Blue protects Beta from another dinosaur attempting to steal their prey. In Texas, a massive swarm of locusts chase two children, which draws the attention of paleobotanist Ellie Sattler. She visits the farm where the locusts caused severe damage by consuming all the crops. Upon further investigation, the children's mother informs Ellie that the neighboring fields planted by biosyn were left untouched by the locusts. Ellie reconnects with Dr. Alan Grant, who is mentoring a group of aspiring paleontologists. She presents him with a captured locust and shares her concern that if these insects are allowed to proliferate, they could cause severe damage to the food chain. Alan and Ellie speculate that biosyn engineered the locusts in a way that only their crops remain unaffected. Ellie plans to acquire DNA from another locust at the biosyn sanctuary and asks for Alan's assistance. Although hesitant at first, Alan agrees to join the mission, which was facilitated by their old acquaintance, Dr. Ian Malcolm. At the cabin, Owen, Claire, and Maisie are surprised to encounter Blue and her offspring, Beta. Shortly after, the mercenaries make a move and capture both Beta and Maisie. In an attempt to flee, Maisie rides her bike across a bridge, but she is ultimately taken by the villains. Owen witnesses the abduction and urges Claire to take action. Claire suggests that she knows someone who can assist them. Claire reaches out to Franklin, who is now a CIA agent. With his assistance, they acquire information on the Lacourt and are directed to Barry Sembena, Owen's former colleague at Jurassic World, who can help them locate the place where the mercenaries are taking Maisie and Beta. Alan and Ellie make it to the sanctuary and are introduced to Ramsay Cole, the head of communications at biosyn. He then takes them to meet Louis Dodgson, who touts their work as revolutionary and innovative. Dodgson arranges for them to meet with Ian after his lecture. While conversing with Ellie, Ian informs her that the locusts are indeed a part of a devious scheme by biosyn. Meanwhile, Dodgson has a meeting with Dr. Henry Wu, who now feels remorseful about his role in the experiments. Wu notes that the locusts have grown at an alarming rate. Dodgson's associate in Malta, Sonoya Santos, contacts him to inform him that Maisie and Beta have been taken separately to biosyn HQ. Owen and Claire reunite with Barry, and he takes them to a black market dinosaur ring where the animals are being sold, consumed, or forced to fight. There, Claire meets Kayla Watts, a pilot who works for the vendors. While Kayla cautions Claire about interfering with anyone at the market, she eventually agrees to help her locate Maisie. Meanwhile, Owen and Barry remain hidden and witness Delacourt meeting with Santos to smuggle Atrociraptors. The two engage in a confrontation with Delacourt and his associates. Owen demands to know the whereabouts of Maisie and Beta, and Delacourt reveals Santos' involvement before being killed by the dinos in the fighting ring. Claire battles Santos and discovers that Maisie is on her way to Biosyn. She manages to outrun a loose dinosaur before joining Kayla. While Barry arrests Santos, she sends one of her dinos after Owen, who is in pursuit of Claire and Kayla on his motorcycle. Owen boards Kayla's plane just as she prepares to depart with Claire, and he employs his motorcycle to knock the pursuing dino off the ramp and into the ocean. Upon arriving at the HQ, Maisie meets Wu and learns that she is not a clone of Charlotte, but her biological daughter who was asexually reproduced, much like Beta. Wu shows Maisie video footage of Charlotte while she was pregnant with Maisie. Charlotte had a disease, which she was able to eliminate from Maisie's DNA. Wu believes that studying Maisie's DNA could lead to the reversal of the locust outbreak by altering the DNA of the insects. While Alan and Ellie sneak into the locust containment room to obtain a DNA sample, Maisie attempts to escape with Beta. However, Dodgson triggers the alarm, causing the locusts to swarm around Alan and Ellie. Despite this obstacle, they manage to flee unharmed. Maisie recognizes Alan and Ellie, and they do the same. She accompanies them as they flee. Ramsay discovers them and decides to assist them since he views Biosyn's work as unethical. Ramsay provides them with transportation in a monorail to a safe location. During their escape, Ellie discloses that she knew Charlotte as a student and admired her for her intelligence and kindness. While in the air, Quetzalcoatlus attacks Kayla's plane, causing Claire to eject and plummet into the trees after her parachute is ripped apart. Meanwhile, Owen and Kayla crash into an adjacent ice lake. Although they try to navigate the ice safely, they are pursued by another dinosaur. They narrowly escape and continue on their quest to locate Claire. After Claire descends from the tree, she must stealthily evade a pyroraptor that is stalking her in the woods. Owen and Kayla hide while the T-Rex appears to hunt, but a Giganotosaurus, a larger predator, fends her off. Finally, they all meet up safely. As Alan, Ellie, and Maisie progress through the caverns, they encounter attacking dinosaurs, compelling them to flee until they arrive outside. Meanwhile, Ian criticizes Dodgson for his actions, and Dodgson responds by terminating Ian's employment. With Ramsay's help, Ian reunites with his companions and liberates them from the enclosure, allowing them to escape the pursuing dinos. Dodgson sets fire to the locust laboratory to conceal evidence, causing the fiery locusts to break free and fly into the open. In a van, Alan, Ellie, Ian, and Maisie try to outrun a large dinosaur but are knocked down a hill. Fortunately, they'll end near Owen, Claire, and Kayla, reuniting Maisie with her previous guardians. Claire meets Ellie, while Owen meets Alan. The Giganotosaurus pursues the group, nearly capturing Maisie, but she manages to escape. Ian stops the creature by throwing a burning piece of cloth into its mouth. As the group prepares to make their escape, a fire breaks out at Biosyn, and the employees evacuate. Meanwhile, Dodgson tries to escape with his work but is confronted by Ramsay, who rebukes him before leaving. Dodgson attempts to flee on the monorail but is killed by a group of Dilophosaurus. The heroes encounter Beta and sedate her before leaving. Wu approaches them with a solution to alter the locust's DNA to prevent their spread. As they prepare to depart, the Giganotosaurus reappears, but the T-Rex and a Therizinosaurus intervene in a dino brawl. The humans flee the scene to avoid the danger, and the Giganotosaurus is pushed into the Therizinosaurus's claws by the T-Rex, ending the fight. After their adventure, Alan and Ellie reignite their romance and travel to Washington, D.C. to testify against Biosyn. Meanwhile, WU's efforts to alter the locust's DNA are successful, and the locust outbreak is stopped. Owen, Claire, and Maisie safely return home and reunite Beta with Blue. As they part ways, Blue and Owen share one last glance before Blue disappears into the forest. The final clip of Charlotte reflects on the coexistence of dinosaurs and humans, indicating that humans are learning to adapt to the presence of these creatures on the mainland. It suggests a hopeful future where humans and dinosaurs can exist together peacefully.